Hey guys, so in the last few videos we've covered some really simple stuff like changing the tower name or the upgrade names, the descriptions, etc. The reason I wanted to do this was so we could have some really quick, easy tutorial videos if you just wanted to learn one thing. But also, as you've noticed by now, P-code looks pretty dang complicated. Now, it's not actually that complicated, but it certainly looks that complicated. So I wanted to get some videos out so we can get more familiar with messing around with the P-code, and now that we're more familiar, we're going to tackle the P-code head on, figure out exactly what it is we're looking at, so that moving forward, we can manipulate it and do some really cool things. So in this video, we're going to cover something a little bit simpler. It's the push instruction. We've already used it a few times now by editing the cost of items or the description. With strings, or descriptions, it's push string. With costs, it can be a number of things. So far, we've used push byte for small numbers and push short for larger numbers. Let's cover some of the ones you'll encounter pretty often. So we've got push string, which is going to be pushing strings or text. So hello world for our classic programmer string. Now you don't need an equal sign, you just type push string and then then a space, then two double quotes, and then your string in the middle. We've also got push byte, which we've used often. And this is going to be a number between negative 128 and positive 127. So I'll just do, to keep it easier. Now, if you try to use a number that's not within this region, you'll get an error, which you've probably gotten by now, saying that you're using a number that is too big for push byte, and it recommends that you use a push short or push int. Next, we'll cover push short. So it's just push short. We've used it before. This one is going to be negative 32, 768. So negative 32,768 to 32,767. This number is going to be good for a lot of your upgrades, but sometimes, say with a really expensive 5th tier upgrade you guys might make, you're going to need to have a price higher than 32,000. So they have push int. Alright, so push int is so big, I'm just going to copy and paste it. So this looks like negative 2,147,438,648 as the lowest negative number you can go to. And the highest positive is 2,147,483,647 for the highest positive. That is a big number. So, you're not going to need to go higher than this, but if you do, I've got good news. You can't. It's not good news. But you're not going to need to go higher than that because that's like 2.1 billion, and I'm really confident anything you do in this game won't be worth 2.1 billion. And if it does, or if it is, there's no need for it to be. We've also got push double, which allows you to push decimal points. Type push double. Thing about push double though is it's even bigger than push int. So the maximum number you can do that you can push with a double is this. Let's see what we have. Wow, that is in. Essentially, it's a 9 with 18 zeros after it. Or actually more than that, but that's essentially it. Also, it seems that you get a decimal point plus an unlimited number of 9s afterwards. As long as we don't make this negative stuff 809, it'll work. And with this, as long as it's not positive yada 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 808, we'll be fine. So as long as this doesn't go 808 and this doesn't go 809, this is gonna work. Now, you don't have to use this for big numbers. This is really just going to be used for pushing decimal points. So like damage or speed or upgrade cost or experience, etc. Next, we've got push true, which looks like this. Now, we haven't really talked about this before, But an example is the Buccaneer, or the boat monkey, if you want to call it if you're not familiar with it. He only can be placed on water. So is boat would be set to true, so we would use push true to send that. At the same time, with the Buccaneer, he is not able to be placed on land, so we would do false. The last one I've seen, but I'm not really sure when we would use this, is push null. I'm not sure if in this scenario it's saying display equals nothing, and it's like, and I'm not even sure what the crucible is, but it's using a tower definition, so I'm not sure if in this scenario it's saying display equals nothing, and it's like, and I'm not even sure what the crucible is, but it's using a tower definition. Anyways, those are all the different push types that I've encountered and that you guys will be using in the future. I recommend that you guys take a screenshot of this page and save it, because you're gonna need to know these. Here's a question: why don't I just always use push double, because that's the biggest, and I never use any of the other ones? Any of these ones, I should say. I mean, it doesn't make sense why you would want to use these smaller ones when you can just use one that's able to fit any value you could possibly want. Well, that's true, but it's not efficient. Push byte is dealing with small numbers, so you want to use small numbers with this to be as efficient as possible. Yes, push double can hold more, but do you really want that? Here's an analogy. Say you're moving to a new house, and you have to bring one single box with you. You could, in theory, rent a moving truck for several $100s for the entire day, and it is a big, big moving truck that can fit your entire house itself in it. But why? You're only moving one box. It's not efficient to get the enormous house that can carry anything if you're literally bringing one thing. So using that as an example, we want to try to stay consistent. Yes, you can use push double for anything between -128 and +127, but you don't want to. You want it consistent as possible. Only use what you need, as they say. And with push double, you would be using this not just if you needed this obscenely long number, but if you're doing anything with decimals. Use push double for anything with decimals. Alright, you guys, that is the video. I will be posting those values inside of the Flash modding channel in the Discord server, as well as programming Tommy Boy, our bot that automatically responds to most questions you'll have. I'll be programming him with this knowledge, so if you simply type, "What's the limit for push int?" it'll just reply automatically with that limit. Though it is a good idea if you just screenshot of this. Alright guys, that's it. See you next time.